Leila Monroe had the looks of a supermodel, the charm of a con artist, and a past so twisted it could make a Netflix exec flinch. Zayd Al-Mansoor was Dubai's golden boy, tech billionaire, clean reputation, and zero tolerance for betrayal. On their wedding night, one secret shattered everything. By sunrise, Leila was missing. By sunset, she was dead. And what Zayd found in her crypto wallet turned a fairy tale into a global manhunt. This wasn't just a murder. It was the final move in a game she'd been playing for years. The Crime Scene presents a new page of crime, a new mystery, a new shock case. It was the kind of wedding that made people stop scrolling. Straight up movie-level glam. Leila Monroe, the California bombshell with a mysterious past, had just locked down one of Dubai's most eligible bachelors, Zayd Al-Mansoor, a tech mogul with deep pockets and a reputation for keeping things low-key. But this wedding? No chill. The venue was a sky-high penthouse overlooking the Burj Khalifa, decked out in black marble, floating orchids, and gold-dipped roses flown in from Amsterdam. Guests pulled up in Rolls-Royces and Bugattis, sipping champagne that cost more than some folks' rent. The whole thing was dripping in luxury, like a Vogue spread on steroids. Leila wore a custom Elie Saab gown with a slit that could start wars and a diamond necklace rumored to be worth 7 figures. Zayd looked like royalty in a tailored Tom Ford tux, barely cracking a smile as he exchanged vows. The ceremony was short, sweet, and live-streamed to over 2 million followers. Everyone was eating it up, couple goals, fairy tale vibes, Dubai's royal romance. But behind the filters and hashtags, something felt off. Zayd's boys noticed it first. He wasn't acting like a man in love, more like a dude playing a role. Leila, on the other hand, was glowing, laughing, dancing, working the room like she'd been born into high society. But she wasn't. Her backstory was vague. Raised in LA, worked in fashion, traveled a lot. No family at the wedding. No childhood friends. Just influencers, crypto bros, and a few sketchy Hollywood types who didn't stay long. The whole thing felt curated, like a brand launch instead of a marriage. And when the last drone firework lit up the Dubai sky, Leila disappeared into the penthouse suite with her new husband. By morning, she'd be gone. And the fairy tale? Straight up nightmare fuel. Zayd wasn't the type to snoop. But something about Leila's vibe had been bugging him since the rehearsal dinner. She was too polished, too rehearsed, like she'd studied rich wife behavior off YouTube. So after the wedding, while she was passed out in the master suite, Zayd poured himself a double scotch and opened his laptop. He'd hired a PI weeks earlier, just to be safe. The guy had sent over a file labeled Marissa Cole, possible alias. Zayd hadn't opened it. Until now. What he found hit like a freight train. Leila Monroe didn't exist before 2020. No school records, no passport, no legit work history. But Marissa Cole? She had receipts, old escort listings, burner accounts, and a trail of encrypted emails tied to a luxury call girl ring in Beverly Hills. One Reddit thread linked her to a blackmail case involving a dead Hollywood producer. Another hinted she'd been part of a scheme that flipped stolen crypto into clean cash through fake influencer brands. Zayd's jaw clenched. This wasn't some messy past. This was criminal enterprise. He kept digging. A deleted Instagram account showed her in Vegas, poolside with a man who looked eerily familiar. Turned out to be a casino heir who'd overdosed under suspicious circumstances. The same guy had left his entire estate to a close friend named M. Cole. Zayd's stomach dropped. He wasn't just married to a liar. He was married to a professional. By 4 a.m., Zayd had locked down every account, froze the joint credit cards, and activated the panic room protocols. He didn't confront her. Not yet. He needed to think. But the rage was boiling. The betrayal wasn't just personal, it was public. He'd paraded her in front of Dubai's elite, made her his queen. And now? He was just another mark. Another rich fool who fell for a pretty face with a deadly hustle. By sunrise, Leila was gone. Not took a walk, gone. Like vanished. No phone, no purse, no trace. The penthouse was locked down tight, and Zayd's security system was next level. Motion sensors, biometric locks, panic rooms wired with silent alarms. He checked the footage like a man possessed. One camera caught her heading into the wine cellar at 3:17 a.m., still in her wedding dress, heels clicking on the marble. She never came out. Not through the door, not through the service hatch. Just disappeared. Zayd called in his private security team before the cops. They broke the cellar door open. It had been locked from the outside. Inside was chaos. A shattered wine bottle, blood smeared across the floor, and a single stiletto heel lying sideways near the drain. No body. No Leila. The cellar was cold, silent, and smelled like iron and spilled Merlot. One of the guards found a torn piece of veil stuck in the ventilation shaft, but it was too narrow for anyone to crawl through. The whole scene felt staged, like someone wanted it to look messy, but not too messy. Dubai police showed up 2 hours later, tight-lipped and skeptical. Zayd played it cool, said Leila had been acting strange, maybe she ran off. But the blood told a different story. Forensics said it was fresh, human, and matched Leila's DNA from her toothbrush. No signs of forced entry. No fingerprints except hers and Zayd's. The cellar door had a digital lock, last opened by Zayd's phone at 3:20 a.m. He claimed he was asleep. The timeline didn't add up. News broke fast. Bride vanishes on wedding night. Dubai's billionaire nightmare. From fairy tale to felony. Social media went nuts. Conspiracy theories flew. Kidnapping, revenge, even human trafficking. But the truth? It was buried somewhere in that cellar. And Zayd, he wasn't talking. Not to cops. Not to press. Not even to his own mother. Interpol didn't waste time. The second Leila's identity hit their radar, things got messy. Her real name, Marissa Cole, was flagged in 3 countries. Turns out she'd been dodging warrants for years, hopping borders, and switching aliases like outfits. Nevada had her listed for identity theft, wire fraud, and suspected involvement in a luxury hotel overdose back in 2019. The victim? A casino heir named Blake Rains, found dead in a penthouse suite with traces of fentanyl and assigned while leaving everything to Marissa. The case had gone cold, but Dubai reopening it lit a fire under U.S. investigators. Zayd's world flipped. His accounts were frozen, his passport flagged, and his name dragged through every tabloid from Abu Dhabi to L.A. The media painted him as either a clueless billionaire or a silent accomplice. But Zayd kept quiet. No interviews, no statements. Just lawyers. His inner circle started peeling away. Business partners backed out, investors ghosted, and even his own cousins stopped showing up. The fairy tale wedding had turned into a PR bloodbath. Meanwhile, Dubai authorities dug deeper. They found encrypted messages on Leila's laptop, some in Russian, others in Mandarin, hinting at offshore deals and fake shell companies. One file was labeled Exit Strategy, filled with flight itineraries, fake passports, and a list of safe houses across Southeast Asia. It looked like Leila had been planning to bounce before the honeymoon even started. But the wildest twist? A security guard at Zayd's building claimed he saw Leila arguing with a man in the underground garage 2 nights before the wedding. The footage was grainy, but the guy matched a known fixer tied to international money laundering. Dubai police suspected Leila had been setting Zayd up, either to drain his crypto or to use him as a shield while she disappeared. But if that was the plan, something went sideways. Real sideways. 3 weeks after the wedding, the desert gave up its secret. A hiker stumbled on something half buried in the dunes outside Al-Qudra, silk fabric poking through the sand, fluttering in the wind like a ghost waving for help. It was a bedsheet, wrapped tight around a body. Female. Decomposed, but still identifiable. The diamond bracelet on her wrist was the giveaway, engraved "Forever Yours, Z." Forensics confirmed it was Leila, or Marissa, or whatever name she was running with. Cause of death? Blunt force trauma to the head. No defensive wounds. No signs of a struggle. Just one clean hit. The news hit Dubai like a sandstorm. The missing bride wasn't missing anymore. She was dead. And the location? Way off-grid. No cameras. No witnesses. Just dunes and silence. But the weirdest part wasn't the body. It was the phone found 10 feet away, half buried but still charged. Investigators cracked it open and found a voice memo recorded at 3:19 a.m., 2 minutes after she entered the wine cellar. The audio was glitchy, corrupted like it had been tampered with. But one word came through clear: run. That single word flipped the whole case. Was she trying to escape? Warn someone? Or was it a setup, her final play in a long con gone sideways? Theories exploded. Some said Zayd snapped after finding out her past. Others believed she'd staged the whole thing, faked her death, and the body was a plant. But the autopsy didn't lie. The blood matched. The dental records matched. And the bracelet? Custom-made. Ordered by Zayd himself 2 weeks before the wedding. Zayd was brought in for questioning again. He didn't flinch. Said he hadn't seen her since the wedding night. Claimed she left while he was asleep. But the timeline was shaky, and the cellar footage didn't help. Dubai police were stuck between a murder case and a mystery wrapped in silk. And Leila's final message, just one word, left more questions than answers. The crypto wallet was the smoking gun nobody saw coming. After Leila's body was found, Dubai authorities dug into her digital footprint, hoping for clues. What they uncovered flipped the whole case. Her Ethereum wallet, hidden behind layers of VPNs and burner emails, held $4.7 million. The kicker? The funds had been transferred just hours before her death from an offshore account linked to Zayd's business empire. It wasn't just hush money. It looked like a payout, or a bribe, or maybe even a setup gone wrong. But that wasn't all. Inside the wallet was a video file labeled insurance. It showed Leila in a luxury hotel room, makeup smeared, eyes red, talking straight into the camera. She confessed to framing her ex-fiancé Blake Rains, the casino heir who'd overdosed in Vegas. Said she'd manipulated him, planted drugs, and forged the will. Then she dropped the bomb. Zayd was next. She called it her exit strategy, a plan to drain his crypto, vanish, and start fresh in Bali or Phuket. The video was time-stamped 2 days before the wedding. Zayd's legal team went into overdrive. They claimed the video proved motive, manipulation, and premeditated fraud. Said Zayd was the victim, not the villain. But prosecutors weren't buying it. The timing of the crypto transfer, the cellar footage, and the bracelet found on Leila's body painted a darker picture. Zayd had motive. He had access. And now, he had a trail of digital breadcrumbs leading straight to a murder charge. Still, the defense had leverage. They argued Leila staged the whole thing, faked her death, planted evidence, and used deepfake tech to create the video. It wasn't impossible. She'd pulled off worse. The case stalled. No charges stuck. Zayd walked free, but the court of public opinion wasn't so forgiving. His empire took a hit. His name became tabloid poison. And Leila's insurance file? It became the most watched clip in Dubai's underground forums. A digital ghost haunting a billionaire with secrets too deep. The case went cold, but the internet didn't. Zayd moved to Monaco, bought a cliffside villa, and tried to disappear. No interviews, no statements, just silence. Leila's family filed a wrongful death suit, but it flopped. No hard evidence, no witnesses, and the crypto trail was too murky. Dubai police closed the file, labeling it inconclusive. But the streets didn't forget. Forums buzzed, TikTok sleuths dug deep, and Reddit threads kept the mystery alive. Then, in early 2025, something wild happened. A TikTok account popped up under the name Marissa Lives. Just 3 videos. The first showed a woman in Bali, sipping cocktails at a beach club, wearing a diamond bracelet identical to the one found on Leila's body. Same engraving. Same wrist tattoo. The second clip was a blurry mirror selfie with the caption, "You can't bury a ghost." The third? A silent video of a passport, Indonesian, freshly stamped, with the name M. Cole. The account vanished in 48 hours. Deleted. Scrubbed. But not before it hit 2.3 million views and got screen recorded by half the internet. Dubai police reopened the case, suspecting body switching, staged death, maybe even bribed forensics. The theory? Leila had pulled the ultimate long con. Faked her death, swapped bodies, and dipped with millions in crypto. Some believed she used deepfake tech to create the insurance video, staged the wine cellar scene, and paid off someone to plant a body in the desert. Others thought Zayd helped her escape, then turned on her when things got messy. But no new leads surfaced. No DNA match on the Bali footage. No trace of the bracelet in customs records. To this day, nobody knows if Leila Monroe was murdered, disappeared, or played the game better than anyone else. Her story became legend, a cautionary tale wrapped in silk, diamonds, and digital smoke. And Zayd, he never spoke her name again. Not once. Not in public. Not in private. Just a ghost in his rear view, haunting every mirror he passed.